Hello guys, and a bit of a different video today. We are at Airsoft. Yes, me and Andy went to play Airsoft. We've started to take up Airsoft as a hobby now, although we're still using on-site rental weapons. So this site is the Trojan Airsoft Olympus CQB site. Andy has a GNG Raider M16 long, and I have a G36 that was quite old and was stuck in full auto even when it was on the semi-auto switch on the fire selector, so I had to be really careful because this site's semi-auto only. So first game mode is Virus, works like Virus does on Time Splitters 2. So you have infected, when you die you become infected, you go on spawn again on the stairwell, and then you go and infect everyone else. So the viruses have unlimited lives. You can hear a few shots there raining in the background. Our guys running for cover. And a few shots raining on. You can just see a few people in the distance, so take a few shots of those. Lots of rounds raining in there. We don't do a very good job at defending here, as there's only 3 of us. Our guy further up gets taken out. We get spotted at the back. Our guy to the left gets taken out. And then me and Andy get taken out. And there we are. So that was a very short little, really rubbish defence on our part, to be honest. Well, that's fine, so we now make our way back to the stairwell, and we basically go up or down a floor to respawn, as the marshal there explains. So the site is an old mill, and there are 4 floors, and then there's also a basement kill house, and every other floor is pitch black, and then there's also 2 stairwells, one in the centre of the mill and one just on the end of the mill. So we go down a floor to the 2nd floor. I check the doorway and think that they're fellow viruses. It turns out they're not.
Yeah, virus. Oh shit.
There we go, we find out they're not viruses. So there's a little door here that's blocked off that we can peek through. The guy just there on the left.
He's on the left looking now. Pillar. On the right.
And Andy gets stuck on the door. So a nail got caught inside the zip of his bag, and if the guy on the left had any sense, he would have shot and killed Andy at that point.
Back up. There you go.
Bit of a guy there, centre. Andy having some trouble with the bag there. So the room we're in now is a bit of a kind of dead end. One of the doors is blocked off, and then the other door that has no window in, you can go through into the room. But obviously that would just be suicide. So we're going to try and poke and take a few of the enemies out from this position. Guy keeps poking us. I think there's about 5 or 6 enemies in and around the other side of that door. There's definitely 3 of them looking straight at the doorway. So I try and cross over to the other side and get a peek round the other way. And as you can see, there's a guy there.
Got him.
Take that guy out, he calls a hit. So we've still got a guy on the left, and there's also a guy dead right bang in front of the door behind some boxes. So I poke now, that guy doesn't shoot me, or he's really slow at shooting at me. So I get the poke on him and take him out. I don't know how I managed to survive that exchange there. I think he's still alive at this point, because he is still aiming at the doorway.
That door's locked.
But it does actually turn out that I did take him out, did manage to get a quick shot on him.
There's one dead centre. Dead centre. Oh, right. Yeah, you have to walk more down the floor to respawn.
So that's 2 of them clear from the room. Marshall strolling across there. There's still a guy on the far left. And then there's another guy who appears on the right behind those boxes.
Still right behind boxes.
And as you can hear, the weapon keeps firing in more or less full auto.
One still right. Oh shit, we're going for... Oh, there we go. Yeah. No, because there's one covering me straight from the other side on the right. If you look through that window, there's one right. Behind the boxes on the far right. Still there? One left.
And he gets taken out there from the guy on the left.
Still left. One still left.
So the 2 guys that I took out before have now come back down the stairwell and are just to the left of the doorway.
Where are they?
As you can hear, there's quite a few rounds coming into that door.
Left hand side's hit, he's down.
So what's happened at this point is our team have gone to the other stairwell at the end of the building, which is down to the left, and flanked round and taken out all the guys to the left. So the only people remaining on this floor are through the
Is that
door
one
to
still
the
on the
right.
Yeah, I took that guy out. The last one I saw was far right boxes. I think they're pushing from the other end as well. Do you want to get the door? Yes.
So now as you see our team start to push out. There's friendlies to the left, so I walk out. And as you see, I get hit there. No idea where I got hit from.
Ricochet from somewhere.
It could have been a ricochet from somewhere, I'm not sure. So as you can see, heading back down the stairs, it's quite dark. As I did say, every other floor is more or less pitch black, and parts of the stairwell are quite dark as well. So I tap the wall there to respawn. And then head back up the stairs to go back to where I just died. and continue the push into that room. The guy in front of me you see with the glow stick on his back, he wasn't aware the glow stick had been stuck on his back. It was one of his teammates, one of his friends, who clipped it on there, and all the marshals and the rest of the players agreed to not tell him, so he walked around for most of the day with a glow stick on his back. So there's Andy pushing in. He later found out he went down to the stairwell to flank rounds. So I say you're right, Andy, to him, and he gets distracted and then so there's a lot of us now moving up. I think these are the last guys. Just see him poking his head out from behind those boxes. And as I move up, the last guy gets taken out.
Right, lads. Brilliant. I really enjoyed marshalling that. There's no problems whatsoever. No problems really with non-hit taking. So, guys, just a quick one. How many BBs does it take to take a hit? 1. So what do you shout when you hit? 2. Right, so we all know how to play airsoft. Let's keep that momentum going throughout the day, guys. Next game we're going to play is going to be attack and defend. I am going to be putting the stripes on attacking first and the non-stripes on defence first. The rules of the game are fairly simple. When you're hit as an attacker, you make your way to your nearest stairwell. Regen, you are straight back in. If you're hit as a defender, you make your way to the next floor or to the nearest stairwell, being the furthest stairwell, which will always end up in some way, shape or form, being that stairwell there, be it on the second floor, that stairwell. On the dark floors, you go back to the stairwell. If you're unsure on which floor to go to, wait for myself or one of the marshals or Kieran and John here will be in-game marshalling today. If there is a time when you're unsure of where to go or any problems that you have, come to myself or any of us and we'll sort you out. Has everyone got that? Fantastic. Any questions on attack and defend? Boom. There are no medics at all, guys, so please don't be trying to get a sneaky medic in or not taking any hits. Form of cheating this game, though. Now, can I get the stripes on the stairs for me, please? In fact, hang on a minute. Have we got non-stripes floating around within the stripes? You're a non-stripe with your hand in the air? Right, okay. So you don't got stripes on, lads, yeah? Right, so you two lads just jump over there. I've got a feeling that you guys are just a bit outnumbered at the moment. You're just looking at this, so...
Some of it is there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
It's 15 including me. Some of it now. Some of it now. Hey, Darryl.
Both of them, are you not sure? Yeah. Right, that's fine. It's because you got 3 players over there. Right, guys, can I get you guys stacking up on that stairwell? Up and over is in play. So you can go up the mill, down across, and down the other side if you need to. Lads, you've got 20 seconds to dig in. Please do so now.
Andy.
Non-strike.
Oh, yeah, go that way.
You've got a non-strike if you're not.
So as you can see there, the rules have been explained. So we're now going to go and find a good position in this room.
That's that stairwell and the stairwell there. So are we digging in the back? They've added way more shit there now. Because this was like
Now this room has been designed to look like an Afghani village, and it kind of does look like that even though it's indoors. Lots of cover, hard cover and soft cover. Loads of places to hide. Bits of it quite dark as well, and there's quite a few choke points, especially when you try and rush in. So I get pinned down behind these barrels and decide that it's not a good place to remain. So I make a hasty-ish retreat back to the position where Andy is at the back of the room. And as you can hear, the PV starts to hit the wall as I run back. Just trying to get a few pop shots from the guys down the corridor. Friendly there gets hit as he's trying to run for cover.
I'm watching right. You got left. Who's watching left? Andy, dead ahead in the window. Dead ahead in the window.
Getting heavily pinned in now. I think it's just me and Andy left at this point at the rear of the room. As you can hear, all of the rounds are coming in. And rocket taken out within session. So now we're on to the next game mode, which was Cartel versus DEA. So the site organisers and marshals went through and hid different types of drugs packages throughout the mill. So there were, I think, 2 bags of cocaine, which was flour, 2 bags of marijuana, which was oregano, and 2 bags of ecstasy, which was paracetamol. And they were hidden throughout the mill, could be on any floor, anywhere, hence why I'm checking all the tyres and all the corners, and boxes and stuff. And we were on the cartel team, there was also the DEA. Basically we had to get the drugs back to our base, and they had to intercept the drugs or find them themselves. They also had a riot shield on their team, which we didn't get. So as you can see, I'm just checking all the corners here for any packages. I'm not sure what I'm looking for. I'm not sure if they're in boxes or in plastic bags. So as you can see here, I spot that bag on the floor, think it might be something, turns out it's not, it's just rubbish. Trying to make sure I check all the corners and all the rooms, make sure I haven't missed anything. Andy's doing the same on the same floor. The rest of our team just walking around checking the corners. Our base was in the kill house, which was right at the bottom of the mill, and the DEA base was right at the top of the mill on the opposite end. So we had quite a bit of distance between our spawn points. I think I spot something in the tyres. It's just an empty box. Andy goes in to check here, and with his infinite wisdom, he decides to check the fridge. And what do you know?
Got some coke.
Got some coke.
Cocaine in the fridge.
Stick it in your bag.
So it's flour in a white bag, it says cocaine on it, stick it in Andy's bag, get it back to base. And now we were allowed to hide, as you will see, we were allowed to hide the stuff that we find. I see him checking the rest of the tyres and stuff. The places where they're hidden, some of it was pretty ridiculous, really hard to spot. Especially in some of the rooms where it's pitch black and you need the torch. Even
You
with
can't
the torch, some of the locations were really difficult. So heading back down to our base, which is in the kill house.
Got some coke.
2 of our teammates stayed behind to defend just in case the DEA tried to rush us. And now we have to work out where we're going to hide this cocaine.
We got to stick it at the back of the kill house,
One of these guys has a really good idea of moving this door.
Hiding, doesn't it?
So we just launch it behind the door. There we go.
No one's going to find it there.
And I think for the rest of the game, no one found it. I mean, our base got raided later on by the DEA, and they were in our base for a good 15 minutes looking for stuff and didn't find anything, which is good. So now we're going to go back up the stairwell, get the pistol out.
Cartel?
And it's a friendly guy.
Hello?
Hello, I already have weed.
We have drugs in base.
We have cocaine.
We take coke.
Where's cocaine?
It's hidden base.
Right, well, would someone like to
There we go, so he's found a bag of weed. So we go and clear that room, although I cut that clip out because it's pitch black and the GoPro doesn't pick it up very well, so
Yeah.
now we're going to try and ascend the stairs. Me and Andy decide to go back along the floor we've just been on and try the other stairwell. It's been a while since the game started, so we know that they've pushed down from the top floor. So I draw the pistol. I didn't have a weapon sling and they didn't provide a weapon sling. So whenever I needed to get my pistol out, it was either I had to hold it with one hand, my G36, or I'd pass it to Andy. And in this this time, I passed it over to Andy. So there's two of us here with pistols. The guy on my right there is actually one of the marshals. He was a playing marshal for this game, although later on in the day he did just go around and marshal normally. So we can hear movement at the top of the stairs, and we think they're trying to descend the stairwell to rush our position or get to our floor. So we just hold the stairwell for a second. As you can hear, there's a bit of movement up there. So we decide to slowly ascend the stairwell. Trying to be as quiet as possible, make sure that no one can hear us. At this site you're not allowed to use AEGs or snipers or anything in the stairwell, you're only allowed to use pistols. And there's a 1.5 metre kind of closing distance, so you have to be at least 1.5 metres away from someone. So the stairwells get a bit tricky even with a pistol. But the first time we went to the site we didn't rent a pistol, whereas this time I did rent a pistol, and in the stairwells it helps massively because otherwise you get pinned in and you have to kind of rely on squad members to get you up the stairs. So we're back at this position we were at before in the previous game mode. This time I check the window and there's enemies in there. It takes them a while to realise I'm there and then they start to put shots through the window. So one of them gets taken out, then they realise that we're enemy. As you can see, there's quite a few stripes in there. We're playing on the non-stripes team at this moment in time.
And one left. One left. Two straight.
One of our guy gets hit, so that's Andy medicing him. So to medic someone, you put your hand on their shoulder or back and count to 10. Everyone gets one medic per life, and then if you get shot again, you have to go and respawn at the spawn point back in the basement.
No. Yeah, I need to cross back over though.
So I cross back over. We decided that there's not enough of us to push that floor. So what we're going to try and do is go up a floor and then come round the back stairwell at the end.
There's two of them watching through the door.
So I try and get up the stairs as quickly as possible and nearly fall back down the stairs. Never mind. So I'm not in a position where I can see some of the next floor, and I'm waiting for our guys to kind of push up behind.
Oh, sorry, no.
Andy's still got my main firearm, so I can't really push this floor as I only have half a mag left in my pistol. So I get my primary weapon back, and what we're trying to do now is just get onto the floor, see if anyone's up there. So I push into the room on the right, Andy goes left, which turns out to be a mistake.
Andy.
This floor's clear on this side of the building, but on the right where Andy went. There he is. Movement from that door behind him. So he goes and camps in that bathroom. I camp so I can see the stairwell. As you come up that stairwell, you can go right down a corridor and it comes out to the left where I was just looking. So we hear movement. I retreat back to try and get my pistol away and get my primary out again. And as I'm doing that, I think Andy gets taken out in the other room. So we know they've come up the stairwell, just either side of that white wall there he is. Enemy pokes out. Now I make a massive mistake here. What I should have done is rush them, because it's they outnumbered me, I was on my own. Instead I decided to fall back and look for this gap. And he had the same idea to kind of just peek round. And we both spotted each other at that point, but he was faster than me on the draw. If I would have rushed them, I think I would have taken at least 2 of them out.
Oh, hit!
And there you go, I'm out.
Fucking hell, right in the neck.
And that's the end of it, guys. So thanks for watching the video. I would like to say thank you to all the marshals who were there on the day, if you are watching this. We had a really enjoyable time. It's our second time there, so a few mistakes like the one at the end there where I could have rushed, maybe drawn a pistol and rushed and maybe got a few more kills and stopped their advance. But apart from that, we're getting better slowly. When we go again, I think it's going to be our last time on rental equipment, hopefully, so we can get our own equipment, get a bit more used to it, kind of know what it can do. Because every time you go there, I had a G36 the time before, but it was different. It was a newer one, and Andy got stuck with an older M16 last time that was a bit rubbish. So once we get our own equipment, I think we will improve. But thanks for watching the video, guys. Hopefully you have enjoyed it. And if you have, don't forget to send us a like, favourite, whatever you want to do, and we will see you next time. So thanks for watching and goodbye.